I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, freak show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Welcome to another episode of West of Nowhere, and if you're listening to this right now, surprise, we're coming to you live from the arm fucking implant that the vaccine gave you, so you're welcome. This is Levi.
And I'm Shane.
Just kidding, we don't have that kind of technology. This is an analog episode. We are actually hand inscribing this into vinyl with a chisel, and so I don't actually know how that system works.
Me either. We're actually doing this via smoke signal.
It has come a long way since the fucking 10. When did they stop using smoke signals? I feel like it was a while ago.
I mean, it's got to be like 1800s, right?
Why does it have to be 1800s?
I don't think anyone was using smoke signals in the 1900s.
Well, yeah, but like that was like a weird. I think it predates. Like I think carrier pigeons probably took over. Excuse you. Goddamn, Ragnar's fucking boss.
I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that like wasn't like smoke signals like a predominantly like Native American thing.
I believe so, like a tribal thing. But I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure
So,
everybody
I don't think
used
they-
it a
I
little
don't-
bit, like because you have those stupid fucking things from like the Lord of the Rings, the beacon lights. Those are technically a type of smoke signal.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So.
Oh, because I was gonna say I don't think they ever switched over to carrier pigeons. I just think they stopped. We like fucked them up so bad that they stopped communicating with each other. Period.
Yep. So, happy Columbus Day. That was yesterday. Before we get too far into it, Patreon people.
Patreon peoples. We want to thank Adam Pacino, Tony Burgess, Miles Glenn, Sam Norton, Colby Jordan Squared, Jade Marsh, Natalie Tacarante, Mark Stadler, Keanu Reeves, and then Colton Zamersel.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the NFL this year, but things are getting wild. We had Urban Meyer, which we talked about last week, right?
Right.
Did you hear about what's
going on
happening
now?
this week? Oh boy. So John Gruden, head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders,
Right.
he came out of announcing and like sports commentating to coach for the
Yeah.
Raiders. Well, he has resigned effective today or yesterday.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
And he
I thought the Raiders were
has
doing
nothing to do with how they're doing.
okay. Oh.
So recently, reports have come out about emails he wrote
Oh no.
starting about 10 years ago. And I guess they continued because this says over a 10-year period, which to me reads like they've been consistent. But
Yeah.
the first thing I read, it said it was like 10 years ago and that was it. Well, verbiage used by Gruden included hyper misogynistic language, anti-gay language, and a little bit of racial language, which is not good. Especially if the best part is he's the coach for the Raiders, and they just had that dude that came out as gay not that long ago. So, yeah, not looking good for him.
Dude,
Some of the things he
what
said.
is- Okay, here we go.
And these are quotes. Don't fucking all 8 of you don't write me. He was talking about how the NFL pressured Jeff Fisher, who was the coach of the St. Louis Rams at the time, to draft queers, which was Michael Sam, which I don't know if you remember him.
Yeah.
So he was like the first openly gay player drafted in the NFL. And then he proceeded to call Goodell the F word in reference to gay people.
Oh, the bundle of sticks.
Yeah, big old bundle of sticks. And then he and then he called him anti-football pussy. So, pretty cool. Yeah.
What's wrong with saying that?
I don't know.
That one doesn't. That one just feels like a normal condescending statement, like not like a.
Oh, towards Goodell. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. That just seems like a normal bad thing to say about somebody. Is that the hyper misogynistic thing?
No.
Oh.
There's more. So there
okay.
is a I can't remember who he might be for the NFL Players Association, like one of their representatives. And he is an African American guy, and he said that this guy had lips the size of Michelin tires, which is obviously not good.
Yeah.
And this is what Gruden said about it. He's like, I never had. I'm ashamed I insulted this guy. I never had racial thought when I had used it. And talked about rubber lips the size of Michelin tires, and there was something else.
God.
Yeah. So not great. Also, there's been more information that came out and discussed the fact that when he was a member of the Washington football team,
okay.
they had, I guess, took a bunch of the cheerleaders to this island, took their passports when they got there, and then they did a photo shoot for a calendar, which is totally normal. But they were like, hey, how about we do some extra photos that aren't going to be in the calendar? If you know what I mean. So basically, Dennised them into shooting naked. And then,
Goddamn.
yeah, and then they were like, hey, also, maybe escort some of these high-paying donors to dinner and stuff that night.
Oh,
yeah,
dude.
so it's wild. At first I was like, what the fuck's the deal? And then, cause it came out in chunks, right? There was like, oh, he said some homophobic stuff, and then something else, and then they were like, oh, here's what he said. And I was like, oh boy. And then this fucking thing about the cheerleaders came out, that him and somebody else, they were all trading like pictures of these cheerleaders topless, and then it was like, oh yeah, also they took him to this island and were like, hey, you should probably go on these dates with these people because you can't leave. And they didn't pay for any of it. They paid for the transport and the hotel and their food while they were there, but they didn't get paid extra, like anything extra.
I don't think that would have made it any better.
Actually, it probably would have made it worse, honestly, but yeah.
He's like a regular fucking NFL Epstein.
Yeah, so.
Took him to an island, made him do terrible things. Not terrible, but definitely bad. Yeah. That's crazy, dude. Well, rip.
John Gruden, although he, they're off to a 3-2 start. He went 22 for 31 with the Raiders this time, so
not great. Damn, dude. I don't even. He's fucked too, because they're not gonna pick him up to like sportscast again either. He's pretty much just done.
Yeah.
Hopefully that $10 million that he made worked out in his favor, and he's been investing wisely.
Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, that'd be. He's gonna need it. I mean, he probably got paid pretty handsomely anyway, and this is like his second stint head coaching, so he's fine. But yeah. Anyway. Canceled. You're done. Speaking of canceled people.
Great.
Well, not really, but kind of. Have you watched the new Dave Chappelle special?
I want to watch it. I just haven't got around to watching it.
It is great. And obviously, as per last time, it has been met with a heavy dose of criticism. Not surprised.
Of course.
And everything I've read so far, I feel like nobody's actually watching the whole thing. They watch right until he says something that they deem offensive, and then like, this is the whole thing. Because again, it like largely people complaining is about the transgender community, and
Oh, he said some more stuff about them.
yeah, but you know, like it's so dumb because like in the special he talks about he's like every time I've brought them up, nobody's paid attention because I'm not using it as a slight against them. I'm actually doing it as commentary on us, we're referring to African Americans, and how different they're treated in certain circumstances. And he was talking about how the one quote that I was like, holy shit, was that transgender are a minority until they need to be white, basically. Like, so they do this, like they have this, oh, we're treated poorly and this and this and this. But then when something goes the other way, they're like, somebody, like, you guys need to help us, like referring to like police and things of that nature. And one of the things he was talking about was, he's like, I have friends in Brooklyn who have to fucking wear high heels to be safe. Like, which is wild to me, like as a concept. Like they're like, you know what? If I just pretend I'm transgender, I'll be a little safer. Yeah, which I was like, Jesus Christ. And nobody fucking listens to it. Nobody. I've seen zero people quote that. There's a story at the end which I won't spoil for you because it hammers his point across. But nobody's talked about that. Like, I've seen every single article I've seen criticizing it. There's been zero people talking about what he said at the very end or towards the end. And I think that's like a thing that kind of hammers home his whole point, like all of it. So I highly recommend it. In case you're curious, same thing happened to this one as what happened to the last one, albeit less drastic with the... I don't know if you remember, but the Rotten Tomatoes scores last time. So Rotten Tomatoes only allowed critic reviews for a little bit. So it was like a fucking 2% or some shit. There was like 8 reviews. And it's like, okay, so you're letting people who are going to be offended by this, no matter what, review this and tank the ratings. And then they finally opened it up, and then the audience score was like 99. Well, this one has a 43% critic rating on 7 reviews, and a 97% on the audience score. So, the same thing happened. Yeah, and it's pretty funny because, like, there's been articles where like there's one person who was like, oh, I work at and this is a trans person. They're like, I work at Netflix. Yesterday we launched another Dave Chappelle special where he attacks the trans community and the very validity of transness, neither of which are true, all while trying to pit us against other marginalized groups. You're going to hear a lot of talk about offense, in quotes, but we are not offended. And then there's a spool thread, which I'm assuming is just wanting people to comment on that. I don't know what that emoji means. But anyway, this person has been suspended from Netflix because I don't know what the specific reason was, but another Netflix employee says we repeatedly provide a platform for content that is harmful to the trans community. These decisions have a material impact on our business, including harm to our current employees and talent declining to work with us. So that's somebody else that's kind of like, oh yeah, I agree with this person. But yeah, so I just don't get it. Like, I
think there should be a little bit more leeway with comedy.
Well, yeah, I think they're
as far
they're,
as like what's said up there, because it's literally supposed. Like if you think about it, I don't think there's a single comic that gets up there with the intent of making people angry. It's all supposed to be like funny in one way or another. It's not meant to be offensive, and they're up there just to make you laugh. And I think trying to nitpick, especially stand up, like just nitpick it into the ground where everything is offensive and nothing is funny because it could be partially offensive to someone is fucking stupid. I like, you have to applaud Dave Chappelle for continuing to just get up there and like not giving a fuck. Like, this shit is funny. I'm gonna tell you, take it how you will. And I, for the most part, you know, like I think most people are only the loud people posting these fucking articles are the ones who are like, I'm woke and like this stuff is offensive and I won't stand for it.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's like a tired kind of thing to do too. Like, obviously, you can't actually. I don't think you can genuinely cancel somebody like Dave Chappelle. Like, you could try, but he brings so much money to venues and streaming platform, and like anything he touches, anything his name comes up with, like it's gold. Like there's no way. Like, he's so talented. He's a very smart and very introspective person. And he's been, and like in the special, he goes, "My problem has never been with trans people. It's just white people." And everybody laughs and shit. But like, he's never once been doing a joke where he didn't have commentary to say on something else. Like, it's always. Like, you kind of have to not have blinders on, basically, because it's like a misdirection. He's like, this is the joke. But what we're actually talking about is over here. So you have to think about it a little harder instead of going, well, there's no subtext here. Guess he hates fucking trans people. Like, Jesus Christ. That's why I think people should probably be forced to take at least one philosophy class before graduating high school. Like, learn to think about stuff a little bit differently. Yeah.
How dare you?
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, it's a little...
I don't have to think. The news tells me what I should think, damn it.
I know.
The internet tells me what I should think.
I know. It's a problem. I agree.
Ooh.
Big news.
Big news, all right.
There's a group who has claimed that they found the true identity of the Zodiac Killer.
I thought we caught him.
When? What?
Did we not? Or he just stopped killing and that was it?
He just stopped killing and just poofed. They recently caught the Golden State Killer. Different
okay,
guy.
You're right. Same person.
No. So, a team of former law enforcement, military, legal, and academic, like a bunch of these people all work for this this organization they call Case Breakers, and they this isn't the first time they've kind of done this. Obviously, they just like enjoy doing this. So, they have found physical forensic evidence that connect to a man named Gary Francis Post. So, and it also connects to Zodiac to a previously unconnected killing, which would have been his first one, but nobody ever connected it. And the big problem with the Zodiac Killer is the time in which those killings were taking place, because law enforcement really didn't work together back then. You have city law enforcement, then you have state law enforcement, county law enforcement, and all of them were trying to make the break on their own, which means they weren't sharing any information with anybody, which means some of these like little killings that, like the first one, went unnoticed or unconnected because they were like, either in different jurisdictions or whatever. The same thing happened with the Golden State Killer, because he moved all the way around California. So same kind of thing. But anyway, The unofficial task force said that they have basically linked to. There's the famous picture of the Zodiac, the actual sketch of the person itself. There's a guy with glasses, like similar to these ones, right? And, dark hair and pretty plain. But in the picture, there's lines on his forehead. Those aren't like concern lines, those are scars. In this guy, Gary Francis Post, has scars in the exact same places, right? Which I think is kind of crazy. Now, this dude died in 2018, so we're not going to be able to...
There's no way they'll ever prove it.
Unless they find, so they connected his DNA to the first killing that was unconnected, right? Okay. So that's the main thing. Now trying to connect that one to the other one is the harder part. But so I think they found pictures from this guy. He had a dark room in his house. So they have like a bunch of pictures over this, and the San Francisco and Riverside Police Department have both dismissed it as they're just like circumstantial, because there's like two main suspects that they really liked, but they could never fucking connect it, and both of those people are also dead. One died in like the 90s, and the other one died in like I think the early 2000s, but they found this dude's name in some of his ciphers that he would send, like anagrams, so like mixed up letters of this dude's name, the Gary Francis Post, in the Zodiac letters. So that's pretty fucking wild, because that was one of the things. They're like, oh, well, we found, like, they broke all these ciphers, not all of them, but they broke a few of them. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to put my name in it. And then they're like, well, there's groups of letters that we can't, like, connect to a name. Like, none of the names of the suspects that we like anyway. And so they're like, well, fuck. And they thought that it was just gibberish that he put in. Oh, so these guys are like, this is his name, Gary Francis Post. So anyway, pretty wild. There's obviously going to be more investigation on their part, but yeah.
I wonder if the reason why he stopped killing is because he got married.
Oh, maybe.
Like he got married, like he was doing all the killing while he was single, met someone, or had met someone, and then got married, and then found out that it was way too hard to go out and like catch someone and kill them, and then explain to your wife where you were for 8-9 hours. Right. And not be at work. So he just stopped.
Yeah, could be.
Or he died, like you said, like that, because like the Zodiac killings happened like what, in the
70s.
In the 60s,
70s, yeah.
So none of the guys neither one of the other guys they liked for it they died 30 years later, 40 years later. That's crazy.
I'm gonna send you a Snapchat of the mugshot, or not the mugshot, but the drawing compared to like a picture of this guy from way back when.
Yeah.
Just so you can see. But yeah. So anyway, pretty interesting. I saw a lot of memes. It's like Netflix was like, all right, more murder documentaries. Let's go.
Dude, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Did they say if Gary Francis Post ever wore glasses?
I haven't seen anything. I haven't looked to see if they have a whole bunch of information put out. I've just kind of been reading the main articles that have been put out, just identifying the information.
Yeah. Well, with them accusing him, has his like family come out like outraged, like, yo, like stop that shit?
Not that I've seen, not yet anyway.
So it must not be like circulating too wide. Okay. That's nuts. Here's what I want to know. Like, if I just don't see the point in it. You know what I mean? Like, I understand if it was somebody still alive, because then you could potentially like get to have them incarcerated, even if they were really fucking old.
Yeah.
Well, it just seems like it just seems like wasted time if he's dead.
It is. I mean, it could be seen that way, I guess. But the main thing I think is closing the cases.
Yeah.
Because like they're gonna stay open forever if they don't close them, right? So I think that's kind of like the main goal is to get those closed and kind of like the remaining family members. Because there's still people who are, siblings of people killed back then. There's like, I mean, I think the youngest person killed by Zodiac was like 20 something in the 70s. So, they still have family members that are like, wish we had fucking closure.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah.
Oh yeah.
2 quick things, and that's all I got.
Okay. Now you gotta quit.
Eminem's got a restaurant called
Oh yeah, dude, I seen that shit.
Mom's Spaghetti in Detroit. So road trip. That's hilarious, I think.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Obviously, they're just selling spaghetti related items, but pretty fucking dope. Basically you can get they're like takeout boxes, right? Like the little Chinese takeout boxes.
Yeah.
And then you get some spaghetti. Spaghetti
and meatballs.
So anyway, that's pretty cool.
I like that.
And then also, California has made a law banning condom removal during sex, like non-consensual condom removal. So apparently, I never knew this was a thing, but it's called stealthing. And it's when a lady sneakily removes a condom or like does something I don't know. Apparently it's happened enough to where they're like, we gotta stop this. So or like not just removing, but like removing the effectiveness of a condom, so poking holes and shit.
Oh, okay.
So both of those would be included. But anything to basically defeat the purpose of a condom.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I think I've definitely checked it. Even when it's my condom, I've definitely been like, there are holes in this.
Like you just bought it and you're like, motherfucker.
Someone's in the like Rite Aid or something, just like stabbing holes through random boxes of condoms with a little pin. Dude,
that'd be wild. So the only thing I can think of to where it could happen like non-consensually is like maybe if your hands are like bound or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you're just like
maybe you're just getting a little bondage going, and then all of a sudden, shoot, off it goes, and you're like, hey,
it's crazy that
don't do that.
It's crazy that it's like that's like a chick thing. Because when you first said it, I was like, I could definitely see a guy like pulling back in the dark, pulling it off, and then just
it would
keep
go
it going.
Either way, but I'm just saying there's alternates. You gotta try to get that child support money. Let's go.
God, that's terrifying. A one night stand just turns into fucking
18 years.
18 years, yeah. Ugh.
All right, that's all I got.
Scary. Are you ready for some more Mountain Dew news?
Yeah. These fuckers are relentless.
Dude, they have just been churning them out.
Their R&D department is working full time.
Yeah. So if you're all about Mountain Dew flavors, then you're in luck. And it's still at Food Lion as of yesterday when I looked. They had like a 12-pack.
Yeah.
But it's called Mountain Dew Uproar, and it's strawberry kiwi Mountain Dew, which honestly doesn't sound like a bad Mountain Dew.
I haven't tried any of these new ones, but
oh no, not me either. But they only released the Mountain Dew Uproar in North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky. Pretty much like the eastern
Southeast
coast, and then into the south, because it's some southern states, and then Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Delaware. So the east, like pretty much the eastern coast, and then like Georgia, but not any farther than that south. Yeah, but it's supposed to be limited edition, and then they partnered up with Food Lion to release it, which I don't understand. I guess because on the bottle there's a tiger roaring, so they were like
Food Lion, tiger, same thing.
Or I mean, not a tiger. Oh. It's a lion roaring.
I was like,
bad.
okay, that's weird.
That's weird. No, yeah, so you can only find it at Food Lion, and I have a buddy that every time they release a new flavor, he posts a picture of like
I'm getting it,
a shit ton of it. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, no, like that last flavor we talked about, the Halloween flavor that came out, the voodoo or whatever it was. He posted a picture of the back of his Suburban with like I sent you a picture of it. He had like 10 cases, and I was like, you have an issue.
What is he like gonna save it and try to sell it for like $2 or what?
I think he just likes Mountain Dew a lot.
All right, that's somehow weirder.
So that's pretty neat.
That's pretty neat.
In other news, a Navy nuclear engineer and his wife have been charged with trying to sell submarine secrets with a foreign country.
I forgot about that. I'm glad you brought that up. That is fucking wild. Oh, man.
What's crazy to me is like his wife is also involved, and
she's not in the Navy?
Yeah.
Oh, well, here's what happened. She's like, hey, I don't know if you know this, but we could get a lot of money for all that knowledge you got. And I've been really wanting a hot tub. And he's like, fuck. Okay.
Here's the thing, though, because like, here's what I got. So authorities say that Jonathan Troby has a top secret clearance and has passed and continue to pass restricted data as defined by the Atomic Energy Act. Didn't know that was a real thing. That's pretty cool.
Sense, but
to a foreign government with the witting assistance of his spouse. According to a West Virginia complaint filed and then unsealed on Sunday. So they had to have been bragging about it, right?
Yeah. They were doing something dumb.
Because like they had some like crazy money and they were buying some random shit, which is nuts because like nukes already have a fuck ton of money
like,
as
what's
it
their
is.
sign-on bonus? Like 20 grand or some shit?
Dude, I can't even, like my buddy got a lot when he even when they re-enlist, they got a lot. Like he got so much money, he like bought a house and a brand new like Jeep and
well, like I know the initial one they get is crazy money for, especially if you're like 18, 19 going in, like yeah.
Well, and you get even more for re-enlisting, so it makes I don't know. It'd have to be even more. Like I don't know, dude. Like the amount of money that they get for re-enlisting, it would have to be something insane for me to go. Yeah, you know what? I need even more money than I already have.
Well, man, listen, I've had a couple conversations like back in my aviation days, when they were like, "Oh, hey, don't be taking pictures of the inside of the intake and selling them to China." And I was like, "Yeah, because that's something normal people do." The fuck? First of all, it's the boringest part of the airplane. Second of all, you just want me to call China, be like, "Hey, I got pictures of this thing." They're gonna be like, "Sweet."
So weak, dude. That's like saying like you know with my job we have secret shit and it's like they're like don't leave with it. And it's like if I left work with it I wouldn't even know what to fucking do with it.
I'm so far removed. I guess there is like people who did stuff really dumb like back in like the Cold War. Like there was, I can't remember who he was specifically, but he just straight up went to a Russian embassy or Soviet embassy at the time and was like, "Hey,
hell yeah,
I got tons of secrets for you." And they're like, they had to like fucking like basically interrogate him because they were like, "You're a narc. Like you can't just walk in here saying you got secrets for us. Like there's something weird going on, double agent shit or something." He was like, no, I just really want money and I hate my country or something. I wish I knew who it was, but anyway. Yeah, that idea is so far removed from me. Like I've never once been propositioned by anybody in my entire life about any of the knowledge I have. I've always given it to people unwillingly. Usually at parties when I'm fucking hammered. Like, "Listen, you want to know how expensive an aircraft tire is? It's fucking expensive, okay? This is $25,000 for main landing gear tire. Okay. Why are we spending that much money? And they're like, I don't care. Can you leave me alone? I'm like, listen.
I think these I think these idiots did the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, they had to have been.
So it
I
says
bet there was
the FBI
blow.
received an official package that had been sent to the foreign country containing U.S. documents, a letter, and instructions for how to communicate via encrypted communication with the person and offering the information.
So
the letter in the package said, "I apologize for the poor translation into your language. Please forward this letter to your military intelligence agency."
So they tried to send a package to China or whoever, and they were like, "This is how you get in touch with me," and that got intercepted and sent to the FBI.
Oh, there's more. I believe this information will be of great value to your nation. This is not a hoax.
This is not a hoax. Oh, Jesus, that's hilarious.
Oh man. Oh, it gets.
Oh boy.
The FBI agents then posed as spies for the foreign country and then began communicating by email with the person, suggesting a meeting, but the person was not too risky, noting that they were risking their lives and offering information to the foreign government.
Yeah, 'cause that's treason. That's you could die for that, bro.
Oh man. He asked $100,000 is what he asked for.
That's it?
In cryptocurrency. Yeah, that's not enough.
I would be asking for a cool mill, especially for nuclear stuff. You know, feel like that's a little more profitable.
He ended up accepting $10,000.
Oh, he had some fucking bills to pay. He gambled his money away or something. Well,
dude, what a fucking moron, dude.
Well, it could just be an initial payment, right?
So it was an initial payment, and then they ended up paying him $20,000 more. But still, $30,000. That's not worth espionage to me. No. Like, I need life-changing money.
Yeah. Like, you gotta start high, and then, go down. But that's weird. He was like, $100,000, and they're like, how about 10? And then they're like, actually, we're gonna give you 20. Both sides don't know how to negotiate for shit.
Oh my god.
Wild.
Dude, I can't get over it. Like,
yeah, that's hilarious.
Not that I'm interested in doing something like that, but like, it's got to be millions. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need life changing money. And I'm doing it one time, and then I'm fucking literally getting the fuck out and moving the fuck away.
Gotta join the French Foreign Legion or something. Get a new identity.
Yeah, like, yeah, dude. Like, $30,000 to fuck your country over?
Not enough.
You
can't do shit with $30,000. You can't move anywhere. You can't do anything. Like
I said, I think their re-enlistment bonuses for them is like more. It's like 50 or 60. You're a moron.
And now
fuck you, Jonathan.
What's the jail term for treason? Feel like it's a long time.
It's charges. I haven't seen the charges. It's a long ass article. It doesn't say. They haven't like released what they're doing to him just yet.
Who's that dude that just like went MIA on that ship? You remember?
I can't remember his name. Yeah, but he was hiding for a week.
Yeah.
Like, he was hid for so long that they called his family and said he was dead because they couldn't find him.
I wonder how long his sentence was.
I don't think he.
Peter Mills.
I'm not really sure he. Yeah, I don't think he did that much time. I don't feel like.
Oh,
because like how long did he do it?
Well, I was just remembering. He was like going crazy, so it's like a mental health thing.
Yeah.
So, I was just trying to like get an idea of how long this dude would be fucking like get charged with, you know what I mean? Like,
treason's got to be a lot worse.
100%. I don't know, I can't find
and
it.
You and your wife are fucking going to prison for a long time.
Rough. Oh man. What else you got?
Last but not least, I know remember last or earlier this year, there was a couple of people who got hurt. They broke into a water park and then started sliding down said water parks without water in them. And like it was late at night and they were drunk and they didn't realize that the parks had blocked off the ends of the slides with like metal slabs essentially. Yeah. So they both slid down slides and they both broke their fucking ankles. Or, well, parts of their legs, major parts. So they're all fucked up. Well, now those people are suing said water park. I looked around, I couldn't find an exact number for the amount, but they're quoted as saying multiple people have done the same thing they've done and gotten hurt. So that water park should have better security to stop people from breaking in and hurting themselves.
Yeah, obviously. It's their fault. That's so wild. The balls on these people, where they're like, you know what? Yeah, we broke into your water park. Yeah, we shouldn't have done that. But also, you injured us. I hate those fucking laws. I hate the laws like that, where it's like, oh, you broke into somebody's house and you fucking broke your leg because you fell through the ceiling or something. You could sue them. Like, yeah. How does that make any fucking sense?
If you hurt yourself in the middle of a crime, it's 100% your fault.
You're an idiot. And there's people who have sued and won. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, maybe their attorney must be shit hot or something, but like, dumb. It reminds me of that scene in Liar Liar, where his secretary is like, my friend had somebody fall or broke into their house and sued my friend for $10,000. She's like, do you think that's fair? He's like, no, I could have got him 20. Man. Yeah.
Oh man. All right. Well, last but not least, the segment you've all been waiting for. The reason why all 12 of you listen to the show.
Hell
yeah. The Billboard Top 10 Albums. Oh. All right. Up from 157 last week to number 1, Fearless by Taylor Swift. I don't know why.
What is going on? She just keeps popping in.
Dude,
she needs to settle down.
There are way too many people that like her. Way too many. All right. Still at number 2, Certified Lover Boy, Drake. Starting off this week at number 3, Expensive Pain by Meek Mill.
Ooh.
So there you go, brand new album. There you go. Down from number 1 to number 4, Sincerely Kentrell by Youngboy Never Broke Again. Number 5, Montero by Lil Nas X. Number 6, Sour by Olivia Rodrigo. 7, Planet Her, Doja Cat. Starting off at number 8, Love for Sale by Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga.
What?
I don't.
Tony Bennett's like an old school Sinatra type dude.
Well, there you go. Him and Lady Gaga killing it at number 8. Down from number 7 to number 9, Dangerous, the double album, Morgan Wallen.
Still hanging in there.
It's so close. Stay. And then number 10, Donda, Kanye West. And then let me scroll. I don't know where he is. A Gangsta's Pain, Moneybagg Yo, number 25.
I was playing Madden and then there's a Moneybagg Yo song. I was like, my guy, what's up?
My guy. My man.
Oh, boy.
But that is everything this
Fun
week
stuff
that we felt like we wanted to talk to you about.
Fun stuff happening all over the place. If you have any strong opinions that you'd like to express on anything we talked about, you can utilize the comment section on the YouTube, or
yes,
you could go to Facebook if I ever post. Oh, well, I can't post right now.
Again? God.
It's the dumbest thing, too, because there was Dan Cummins, he posted this thing and was like, it's one of those things that's been going around where it's like, tag one of your favorite artists and see if they respond.
Yeah.
So I tagged Tom Segura, but I quoted like one of the running jokes from the YMH podcast. I
Yeah.
was like, get your ass in here, you big titted animal. And they were like,
Oh,
you're
no.
a bully. And so 20 or 30 days. So it's like, this is so fucking dumb. I screenshot it and I sent it to him on Instagram, but he hasn't responded.
Oh man.
So anyway. So.
If you want to support us, you should head on over to our Linktree. You can find our Patreon link from there. It's Linktr.ee/wokpod. If you don't want to give us money on Patreon, then like Levi just said, head over to YouTube, give us a like and a subscribe. The likes and the subscribes help us get out there in the algorithm, so that's always appreciated.
Even if you listen to it on like, Spotify or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever, just go to the YouTube and hit the like button on the newest video. Because that helps.
You don't even have to listen, just hit the like button.
Quick, takes 2 seconds. If you listen to it on Apple Podcasts, make sure you leave us a review, because that also helps. And, I don't know the percentage of people that listen on Apple devices, but I feel like we can get more than 3 reviews out there. And if you don't, steal somebody's iPhone or iPad, drop a review that way.
Well, and if you like listening to us, then you should check out No New Friends podcast, Kicking It with the Kellys podcast, the Remedy Room podcast, and then, of course, Dutch and Denver podcast.
Yup.
Yup.
That's it, right?
That's it.
All right. I've had enough. Peace out.
Tip your bartender.